Most shampoos have more cleansing chemicals than they do conditioning ingredients. And so sometimes shampooing your hair with certain products can cause damage to your hair because it's stripping away the natural oils and not really replenishing it with anything. So what I've been doing is, instead of washing my hair each time with a normal clarifying shampoo, I've substituted with a cleansing conditioner such as this one. For those of you not familiar with this, it is basically a conditioning wash or co-wash. It should be a product that has mild yet effective cleansing agents and should also contain a good amount of natural conditioning ingredients. The Rin Sweet Pomegranate Cleansing Conditioner contains coconut oil to gently remove dirt while helping to restore natural oils. It also contains keratin loaded with amino acids for strength. It has my favorite shea butter and sunflower seed oil, and it has various seaweed extracts and algae. But the main reason for using this type of cleanser is because regular shampoos can strip the hair clean and often create more damage and breakage. So bypassing the normal shampoo routine can be very useful with helping your hair to maintain its strength, natural oils, and elasticity. Now, my other favorite brand, of course, is the As I Am Coconut Co-Wash, and the kind that I make at home with my own natural ingredients. The thing about this super conditioning process is that your hair has to be dripping wet. So it's best to do this in the shower. But this is what I'm using. Even though the first ingredient is water, there's a lot of creaminess and thick, natural, no drip, barely sliding, thick cream, and that's the kind of cream you'll need for this. So this is what I'm going to use for the super conditioning. What I did a video about this conditioner before, and I gave it bad reviews. I apologize for that. I didn't use it right. Now, per their instructions, they don't really give you the best idea for their product. I don't even know if they know. This stuff is great for a super conditioning because it absorbs into your hair as long as your hair is saturated with water. Okay, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to explain while I put this on what I mean by a super condition. Alright, so since my hair has to be soaking wet, I'm just going to slather it everywhere, and then I'll section it when I'm done. Slather it on. Don't be shy. Just get it in there. Make sure you get those in. I'm using warm water so that I can keep the shaft of the hair open so that it can absorb all of the moisturizing oils and conditioning agents in this product. I feel it already working on this side. Completely soft, moist, and heavy. You want something that's going to weigh the hair down. You can always add some bentonite clay or something in here for detoxing, but this is just a super moisturizing process that I'm doing right now. After it's in, you can add more water. You want it to soak up all the water. All right. Make sure every strand is covered. That's my eye turning red. Oh, there's some crap in it. Anyway. All right. My hair is fully, completely saturated. So the next step is to add heat, but natural heat. Not the dryer, not a hand dryer, not a conditioning cap. I guess you can do a conditioning cap. I would say do natural heat because you don't want your hair to have any drying to it. You want it to stay wet so that it can soak in all the moisture and all the conditioning oils from the product that you put on it. So I'm only going to use natural heat, but I can boost it a little bit, and I'll show you in a minute. And we're going to leave this hair, you're going to leave your hair out so that it doesn't get matted down. Each strand needs to soak in the heat and the oils and the water and the coconut oil, whatever oils you use, natural oils and things like that. Because you want your every hair strand to be able to soak it up evenly over your whole head. So leave your hair out like that. And depending on how much hair you have, it might be a bit of a struggle to get in there. I mean, I'm not working with a couple feet, but I got some hair. Hold on a second. Now you don't want it to be too tight. You want to have some air movement in there. You want to have the ability for the air to flow through. The extra conditioning is going to come from this aluminum cap. Simply put, it holds the heat better. So you're all set. If you don't have this aluminum cap, you can find it at Sally's, but if you don't have it, you can always double bag it. But the natural body heat puts out about 98 degrees. A lot of it in the brain, because the brain uses a lot of energy. So you're going to get a lot of heat up here. But the best thing for this is to leave this conditioning cap on your hair for a minimum of 1 to 2 hours. I'll probably keep it on about that long. And then I'll come back and show you the last step of the process. Okay, so this has been in my hair for about 3 hours, probably, a little over 3 hours. And I'm gonna go ahead and detangle and then rinse this out and then do the final step. I see the little print right there. Been on there so long. So I want to show you how it looks. You can tell it's saturated with water. You see how drawn up it is? So it's very moisturized and conditioned. Let's see the little curl tendrils. Anyway, so like I said before, you can tell that it soaked in all of the water. Alright, so I'm getting ready to detangle, then I'm going to rinse this out, and then I'm going to add one more final thing to the hair that aids in the super conditioning process, and then I'll be all done. These are the tools I use now for detangling. If you've ever watched a video with my hair, you know this is my ultimate favorite comb. I've had this comb since I went natural, and it is still in great condition, and I love it. Normally you don't see people with our hair texture, basically natural afro texture hair, use a fine tooth comb, but I've now incorporated it in some parts of my detangling process. And then you probably haven't seen me use a comb like this before, but I've had this comb for probably longer than this one. I've always used this comb for styling, never thought about it for detangling, but I'm going to show you real quick what's so important about using these 3 combs. Alright, I'm going to take this big chunk of hair. Little finger detangling first. The most important part of this finger detangling is my thumb. Bring it in like that. So we're going to start off using the large wide tooth comb or multi-tooth wide tooth comb. As you can see, it's very easy to detangle. Okay, not very easy, but it's easy to detangle. This is just going to get the big tangles out. The ones that are pretty easy. Alright, so once you can comb smoothly through the large tooth comb, we move on to the medium comb. And as you can see, it's pretty much completely detangled. So maybe just a few pieces. This also helps remove shed hair, which is another reason why I do this method now. That's pretty easy. And then the rat tail. This is the comb that's going to get out every knot and almost every loose and shed hair. If you do this carefully, correctly, use the right product, this should be no problem for your hair. See that skinny piece of hair. all detangled. So for sections this size, I usually will break this into two. And it might appear as though my hair is the same all over, but these are my strongest sections of hair. They can withstand almost anything, except for my excessive cutting and accidental cutting mistakes and problems like that. But this is my strongest section. This is my weakest section up here, but it's also the most tangled section. So I have to be very careful up here. The front is just like the back, which is the softest, most relaxed part of my hair. No problems with that area, rarely any breakage, easy to detangle. The sides are the thickest, so I put a lot of product in that area. But for these sections, I always put these in the two. Finger detangle. It's very easy to detangle. Of course, be careful with the end. All of your fingers are important with finger detangling, of course, but the thumb and the index finger for me is the best. This index finger and this thumb. So I use it to part it, pull it apart slightly, and then finger detangle other sections of it, just to get the big tangles out first to this comb. You hardly any tangles there. You only need, if you don't really have any tangles, so that you don't comb your hair too much, I would say only about 3 or 4 passes with the larger comb. And then move on to the mid-size comb or the medium size. There's no tangles. So about 5 passes with the medium comb, just to be sure. No hair loss, or a little bit of hair loss on there. And then, last but not least, the rat tail. Another tip with these combs is each time I get ready to detangle, I wet the comb. First, to remove all of the products, the previous sections, hair products and any shed hair, but also to add water, because of course water makes it easier to detangle any hair. So you'll see how it's going right through. Okay. Use the comb tool. Little bit of hair there. This takes a little time to do, but it's well worth it in the end. Alright, I think you've seen enough. I'm sure some of you probably have turned off the the video as soon as I pulled out the rat tail comb, but if you follow this whole process, if you watch the entire video up until this point, you see that there's no damage to my hair. You definitely want to get a comb that's worth its weight in detangling, because these combs can be really cheap and the teeth on the end can be very sharp. So you want to get a comb. This is a pretty cheap comb, but you want to invest in some combs for your hair if you're really trying to retain length. I'm going to finish my hair, and then I have one more thing to show you, and then I am going to get out of here because it's getting late. You back? Alright, so I'm back. My hair is all rinsed out, and make sure that if you do this process that you rinse it clean, because it takes a while to get all of that conditioner out, primarily because you want the last part of your rinse to be cool water, because cool water helps close the cuticle and gives you some shine to your hair. As you can see here. There's nothing on my hair. This is all my hair, and it's just wet. So my scalp is clean. My hair is soft. It's detangled, and moisturize, and you have to rinse it clean, like I said before. So the next part is to do something similar to the lock method, which is liquid, oil, and cream. So the liquid is the water, and I know some people do the liquid, cream, oil, but I actually like the lock method, liquid, oil, cream, because cream has oil in it. So I really don't see the difference. But I do know that the oil plays a really important role in the conditioning of the hair. So again, my hair all tangled. Let me show you. I use the big comb. Here. There we go. I have to flip back a little bit. Using the twist, so I have to make sure the ends are clear. Okay. All the tangle. All right, so for my oil, this is a blend I have. It's got argan oil, jojoba, grapeseed, some other stuff. I don't remember exactly, but this is the oil. Not the oil that I sell on my website. My website oil has 10 different types of oils in it, so this isn't what that is. I'm just experimenting with different things. I'm gonna do the front first as usual. This has been a pretty long video, so see how fluffy it is? Like, that's nice. It's like fluffy. I could wear my hair out like this, I would, but nope. Not how I get down. I mean, oil. I'm not stingy with my oil.
It's the last time we meet. It's the last day of summer. Love was warm, love was sweet.
The method I was talking about earlier with the detangling, finger detangling, the thumb and the index finger, I use that after it's detangled to make sure that the product I put on my hair gets distributed throughout. I just part it in different sections like that, just to make sure. And then for my cream, this is another mix that I made. This is a blend of mango butter, shea butter, aloe vera, purified water, some oils, a couple other things. So this is the conditioning butter, and this is the step in the process that seems simple and familiar. The only difference is I'm going to saturate my hair with this butter. Now the reason I do this is for when I'm doing protective styles, and like I showed you earlier, I wear my hair in a bun most of the time with a lot of gel throughout the week, or crochet braids, which I'm doing tomorrow, Marley braids and stuff like that, so my hair is put up for a good while. So the conditioning process is a super conditioning because I add a lot of butter. Like I said earlier in my previous video about following someone else's regimen about my hair, not understanding why it wasn't responding, it's because my hair loves oil, it loves butter, it loves thick moisturizing cream. So, and it lasts a while in my hair. It soaks it right up, but it still gives it a conditioning effect. So light oils and stuff like that, they don't really work on my hair. So this is what I'm using. I just made this today while I was conditioning and moisturizing my hair earlier. So thick cream. So I'm an index finger.
Want to reveal what it is I feel about you, baby. Ooh, about you, lady.
How blurry that is.
Want to reveal what it is I feel about you, baby.
And then I put it in flat to stretch it out. Due to a couple of mishaps, pieces of my hair are longer than other parts of it. That's why the end here is so thin, because I cut a section out and it's going back in. But anyway, I do the other side. Super conditioned, super moisturized, super clean. Alright, so this is all I use. Didn't make a big dent in this, so this will last a while with super conditioning. Alright, so I'm finally complete with my super conditioning moisturizing process. For the conditioning wash, I use the Rin from Rin Pure Solutions, the cleansing conditioner. Use that. This is sweet pomegranate. So I use that for the conditioning cleanser. I use the Monoi by Eden Body Works for the super conditioning process. Super moisturizing, super conditioning. And for the lock method, I use the rinse out, which was cool water, the oil, which is a concoction of natural oils, and then the cream, which is also basically a concoction of oils, aloe vera, purified water, and some other ingredients. Again, I did all of this so that I could get my hair prepared to be put in some crochet braids, and I needed some extra moisturizing so it can last for a couple weeks. But that video is coming up next. If you want to watch that, stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in to this video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.